is Penny. I'm 45, and these days I live a happy life with my husband Peter and our 10-year-old daughter Paige. Paige is the sharpest one in the family. She's smart, sassy, and way too mature for her age. The other day, she came to me with this question.
Hey Mom, how did you and Dad meet? And how did you end up together?
Well, it's a long story.
And I want to hear the long story, please.
You really want to know?
Yeah, I really want to know.
All right then, I guess I can tell you a little bit.
Yay! I've been waiting for this.
So, yeah, I may be happily married now, but before I met Peter, life was messy. Truth is, both of us had been married before. Over 10 years ago, I was living with my then-husband, Zach, and my middle school-aged son, Ryan. But after a while, we realized something. Maybe it actually better suited us if Zach stayed home and handled things around the house while I worked outside. At my uncle's construction company, I was the only woman wearing work clothes out on the job, but honestly, I've always loved physical work, so we figured why not? For now, I'd be the breadwinner, and that arrangement worked for us. Time passed, and when Ryan was in 8th grade, one day I came home from work in my dusty overalls. I'm home!
Hey Penny, you won't believe this. Remember the empty lot next door that's been under construction forever? Well, they finally finished building the house, and guess what? The family moved in, stopped by to introduce themselves today.
Oh yeah? So Ryan's gonna have a classmate living next door?
Nope. Turns out it's gonna be their vacation home. Their daughter Natalie is Ryan's age, but she goes to some fancy private school in the city. And get this, the wife's name is Emily, and she's a former magazine model. She's even been on TV a few times. Apparently, she's from a wealthy family and has connections with celebrities. What? Celebrities? TV appearances? No way! That's awesome!
Ryan shouted from the couch where he'd been busy playing video games. In fact, those two, Zach and Ryan, are exactly alike. They're obsessed with anything celebrity-related.
Exactly, celebrities. Oh, and get this, Emily, she invited us to a housewarming party this Sunday.
Well, it's always good to get along with the neighbors. Sure, let's go. We should probably bring a gift, though. So, that Sunday evening, the three of us headed next door with an iced gift box in hand. When we walked in, I nearly froze because even I, someone who barely knows anything about the entertainment world, recognized one of the guests, a famous actor. Zach and Ryan were over the moon, practically buzzing the entire night. Even after we got home, they couldn't stop talking.
This is insane! I'm officially friends with a celebrity now, and Natalie said there are tons of kids at her school who have famous parents! Plus, we exchanged contact info with the whole family. We've got to make sure we hang out more with them from now on, huh? Totally! If I get close to Natalie, maybe I can meet more celebrities, and she's super cute, you know.
Honestly, those two are the biggest star chasers I've ever met. Deep down, I kind of envy how open and straightforward they are about what they want. Meanwhile, I'm the type who overthinks everything. But a few weeks later, something in their attitude towards me suddenly changed. I'm home!
Duh.
Ryan clicked his tongue at me. Excuse me. I froze because I'd never heard Ryan do that to me before, and for a second I couldn't even process it. Then Zach sighed and said,
Man, why can't my wife be more like Emily? She's got that sparkle. You? Not so much.
Excuse me? What's that supposed to mean?
It means exactly what I said. Oh, and by the way, I didn't make you dinner tonight. Ryan and I already ate, so fix yourself something. Okay?
Wait, hold on. Why are you acting like this all of a sudden? You've never treated me like this before. And Ryan, you've never clicked your tongue at me before. Ryan turned his face away from me.
I'm gonna go text Natalie in my room. Your voice is so annoying. Yeah, and I'm gonna take a bath. The mood in here is awful thanks to someone.
With that, the two of them walked out of the living room, leaving me standing there. After that day, Zach stopped cooking for me entirely. It wasn't a huge change in terms of chores because I'd always liked doing most of the other housework myself. However, Ryan didn't just click his tongue at me anymore. He started ignoring me completely, even when I tried talking to him. The coldness from both of them hurt a lot. Still, I thought we'd been a pretty normal, functional family until then, so divorce didn't cross my mind just yet. But things kept getting worse. And about 6 months later... Hey, welcome home, I said one evening when Zach and Ryan came in just before 10 p.m. By then, they'd started coming home that late 2 nights a week. So where have you two been out so late anyway?
So annoying. I'm gonna go straight to bed. I don't feel like dealing with the cranky old lady in the living room. Yeah, same here. If I stay in here, that old lady's gonna start talking to me. And it's kinda gross.
Luckily, work was insanely busy for me at the time, so I could bury myself in it and not think about them too much. But then, some very bad news came in. I needed to talk to Zach about it. There was something I had to ask him, and I also had important work-related things to discuss. So I begged him more insistently than usual to actually listen to me just for tonight.
What's your problem, huh? You're even more annoying than usual tonight.
I'm telling you, this is something I have to talk to you about, so please just sit down and hear me out, okay? We were going back and forth in the living room when
Shut up already!
Ryan burst into the living room, slamming the door open so hard it rattled.
I can hear the annoying old lady's voice all the way in my room! I was texting Natalie and in a good mood, and you ruined it! You want me to sew that mouth of yours shut? Huh?
And then, right after Ryan shouted that at me,
That's it! I've had enough, you filthy woman! Get out!
What? Filthy?
Yeah, you're always in those dirty work clothes. Look at Natalie's mom. She's always dressed beautifully, and she used to be a celebrity. Having you as my mom is embarrassing. You're just some useless old woman. So get out of this house right now!
The two of them started clapping their hands in unison, chanting, "Get out! Get out! Ha 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 ha!" In that moment, I swear I heard something inside me snap. Fine! I don't want to stay in this disgusting place anymore either. With tears stinging my eyes, I muttered, "All right, I'll leave now." Zach and Ryan glanced at each other and then grinned like they'd just won the lottery, practically celebrating. Honestly, I wanted to scream at them right there and there. But the truth was, I already knew. I knew exactly what kind of downfall was waiting for them in the near future, and watching them laugh like fools oblivious to it all, oh, it was going to be delicious. Cry and scream all you want later, boys. I'll be waiting. So I left. That night, I checked into a business hotel and stayed there for the next few days. Then, on Saturday morning, when I was on my day off, my phone buzzed with a text from Zach. Picked up the divorce papers from the city hall. Come sign 'em, LOL. But before Zach, someone else contacted me first, with very interesting news. The kind of news that made me grab my things and head straight back into that house, grinning the whole way.
Well, hurry up and fill this out, then stamp it.
The moment I stepped through the front door, Zach shoved a divorce form in my face, his section already filled out.
Come on, sign it and get out already.
God, he was infuriating. Don't worry, I'll leave, but you're going to be paying me alimony.
What?
I already know you've been having an affair with Emily.
What? What did you just say?
Yeah, that thing I had to talk to you about the other day, that was part of it. Emily's husband reached out to me. He'd noticed that she'd been acting strange lately, so he hired a private investigator, and guess what? The PI caught you and Emily on a lovely little date, photos and all. I pulled out my phone out of my pocket, I tapped the screen and held it up so Zach could see the pictures Emily's husband had sent me. Clear shots of Zach and Emily together, looking very much like a couple. Zach's face went pale, his teeth chattering. Ryan, sensing the shift in the air, shot him a panicked look. Emily's husband told me he usually gets home late from work every day, but one night he finished early. Emily came home late that night and he thought it was strange.
I didn't think it would get found out, but Emily's from a rich family, and I'm gonna marry her, and paying alimony will be no problem. She even told me we're connected by the red string of fate.
Wow, your head's really full of flowers, huh? I smirked, swiping my phone screen to the right. Then Zach's eyes bulged.
Who's that guy? The young one with his arm around Emily.
This morning, Emily's husband confronted her with that picture. She broke down crying and confessed. Turns out you weren't her only affair partner. And you know what else? You were just someone who kept hitting on her, so she decided to toy with you for fun. According to her, you were the most boring fling she's ever had.
For fun?
Oh, and Emily's parents have cut ties with her. Said something like, "Anyone who cheats is no daughter of ours."
No, that can't be! I thought I could be with Emily, so I figured I didn't need a job, and that divorcing you would be fine.
Well, just so you know, I'm inheriting my uncle's company.
What? Inheriting? That was supposed to go to your cousin!
Yeah, but he started his own business last year and it's doing well, so my uncle insisted I take over.
Oh, no, this can't be happening. Penny, I was wrong. Please forgive me!
Too late. You make my skin crawl. Oh, and I'll be taking this divorce form, thank you very much. I'll drop it off at the city hall myself. And then finally, Ryan opened his mouth.
Wait, hold up. So that means I'm gonna be stuck living in poverty with Dad from now on? Oh, crap. No, Mom, listen, I'm different. I mean, yeah, I got rejected when I tried waiting for Natalie outside her school after club practice, but Dad was always driving off to see Emily, and he'd let me ride with him. And in that car, he'd always say, if you want to live with Natalie someday, you better keep quiet about the affair from your mom. I was just doing what Dad told me. He talked me into it, so please, Mom, I want to come with you.
Ryan, I was going to wait until you were older to tell you this, but you and I aren't related by blood.
Huh?
Your real mother was the woman your dad married before me. You were so young back then, but I guess it's no surprise that you don't remember.
No, that's not... It can't be!
Do your best out there, okay? Not that it's my concern. You're not my kid. Bye.
Wait! Don't leave me like this, please! I'm sorry! Forgive me!
I ignored their crying and shouting, walked right out the door, and as luck would have it, a bus headed straight for City Hall pulled up to the stop right in front of our house. I hopped on without a second thought. When I sat down and looked again at the divorce form in my hands, this wave of calm washed over me, and I couldn't help but laugh. After that, my divorce with Zach went through, and so did Emily's with her husband. I got to collect alimony from both Zach and Emily, which was a nice bonus. Oh, and about Natalie. Turns out she wasn't biologically related to Emily's husband either. She was the child of some guy Emily had been involved with back when she was working as a magazine model. In the end, Natalie ended up being taken in by Emily's parents. Emily herself had to earn enough money to pay the compensation she owed, plus cover her own living expenses, so there was no way she could handle raising a child on top of that. As for the other guy she cheated with, the one who wasn't Zach, he was still living with his parents, a part-timer with almost no income and definitely in no position to play house. Naturally, they broke up. Then, Emily ended up living in a rundown apartment while working at a nightlife job. But soon after, she started another affair, this time with the manager of the place she worked at. The guy's wife came after her for compensation, and this time she had no choice but to turn to loan sharks. Before long, she was sent off to some dangerous foreign country where she now spends every day following orders from rough-looking men. From what I hear, if she disobeys, she has no idea what they might do to her, so she's living some pretty miserable days right now. As for Zach, since he has no financial stability either, he dumped Ryan on a married couple who were relatives of his. His parents had already passed away, so there was no one else. That couple runs a farm and are known to be very strict, so Ryan's days are now filled with housework, schoolwork, and endless farm chores. Meanwhile, Zach went around looking for a restaurant that would hire him, but in the end no one would. He piled on more debt, sold his house and land, and still couldn't pay it off. Eventually, just like Emily, he went crawling to the loan sharks. Now he's being worked to the bone at a factory on some remote island. That man has no stamina, so every day he gets yelled at by burly guys and is apparently completely worn down, body and soul. Well, serves him right. And as for me, well, a few years later I remarried. Paige was born, and here we are, living happily ever after.
Wait a second, I thought I was asking about how you met Dad, but Dad didn't show up anywhere in the story, did he?
That's because Emily's husband is your dad.
Wait, what? Seriously?
Yep. When your dad found out Emily had been cheating with multiple men, he was really shaken up. We started going out for meals and tea, and as I kept comforting him, he eventually confessed his feelings to me. Oh, and the money from the compensation we got, plus what your dad made from selling his vacation home and land, helped pay for building this house we live in right now.
I see, so that's the story. No wonder you two are known around the neighborhood as the super close lovey-dovey couple.
Thanks to all that, I'm ridiculously happy now.
Yeah, I can tell. Even though you're busy with work, you're still smiling every single day. I'm so lucky to have you as my mom, Penny. Totally blessed. Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more!